Sripada Srivallabha Chapter 9 Part 1, 2, 3 and 4. The discussion on the fruits of karma. That day was Thursday. It was sunrise time and the hour of planet Jupiter. Sri Tirumala Das and I were in a room in deep meditation. A fine ray of sunshine entered our room. When the sunshine entered our room, we returned to consciousness from meditation. Wonder of wonders, in those fine rays of sun, both of us saw the form of Sripada Srivallabha as a 16-year-old, witnessing the most holy and yet most auspicious form of Sripada Srivallabha. As a lad of 16 years is undoubtedly only on account of the generous grace of the great Lord. The splendid auspicious form gave darshan to us for a second and then disappeared. The chickpeas that we kept as an offering to the Lord turned into metallic pieces by the rays of the sun. That was amazing as well as irksome. I was worried mentally whether the appearance of the Lord was a sign of His grace or whether the change of the chickpeas into metal pieces was a sign of His wrath. Then Tirumala Das began to tell, "My dear Shankar Bhatt, this afternoon you can start your Kurvapuram after accepting my hospitality. The permission of Lord Datta has been granted. Lord Datta seeks M's in places of Datta during the midday hours on Thursdays. This time is a very auspicious time." Then I said, "Sir, we have been spending the recollecting Sri Datta and with the narrations of the episodes of Sri Datta. It is painful that the chickpeas given as an offering turn into metallic pieces. Kindly remove my doubts and makes me fulfilled." Tirumala Das said, "My dear, after some centuries, when Kali Yuga advances, atheism will become rampant. The Lord, through various strange and astonishing miracles, will destroy atheism and will establish theism. He will thus bless living beings. In the incarnation of Sripada Srivallabha, Lord Datta will grant the seed form of the programs for the establishment of Dharma in the future. Consciousness in the matter lies in a dormant state. In the metallic stage, life exists only internally. Due to various chemical actions of the metals, life emerges. The mind exists in life as an inner ingredient. The consciousness in this early life form is an semi-dormant state. You can clearly see this is the trees. A man who consumes narcotics experiences this state in his body. Nature, which expresses itself as this early form of life force, develops as part of the evolution and learns to function through the mind. This state can be seen in animals. An animal after complete development is called a man. In him the mind works with its full strength. In this mind, a supramental mind transcending the ordinary mind also exists. It is beyond the mind. Man can become a perfect man through yoga. He can activate the Kundalini force lying at the Mooladhara center and take it to the Sahasra center. There he can also achieve Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa states. He will experience himself as merged with Sri Guru, who is an embodiment of the Supreme Light. He will derive indescribable bliss in that state and he will behave according to the wishes of the higher wills. Therefore, he will no longer have any bonds of karma. The shape of the higher will is, however unthinkable, unimaginable. It has the ability to move with an extraordinary, tremendous speed. The Supreme Mind belongs to the great Lord only. Lord Sripada accepts millions of prayers every moment. He replies to every righteous prayer if it is borne by dharma. He remedies the troubles. He grants every just wish if the speed of the mind of a man is the speed of tortoise. The speed of the Lord Supreme Mind exists comprehension and is tremendous. Even the speed of light cannot match the speed of his Supreme Mind. Any small prayer of a man or any living being reaches his countless rays of brilliance. He is the support for all visible and invisible forces. The luster in his world is nothing but the cluster of brilliant rays emanating only from his ever-shining body. It has the brilliance of countless of millions of suns compared to his brilliance, the combined brilliance of millions of stars and planets shining in millions of universes. He is like the light of a small candle torch before the sun, my dear. This is the real and exact nature of Sripada Srivallabha, that formless and attributeless Lord who has infinite strength, infinite knowledge, and infinite permission took to the human form, a Sripada Srivallabha, because of his infinite grace of creation. To understand this, man should become a complete Siddha. Part 1. The divine form of Sripada Srivallabha. Just as the evolution of man towards divinity is inevitable, God also comes down to lower states by condensing his infinite powers. This is called incarnation. This is a continuous yogic process. Once truth is established in creation, it works naturally and effortlessly. Sripada Srivallabha, a personification of the truth, knowledge, and infinity, is a supreme divine incarnation who descended with an intention to establish several divine truths in creation. He is really Lord Datta. Then I said, sir, as I am carrying the conversation with you, many new things have been unraveled to me. The real nature of Sripada defies comprehension. I do not know how to write this divine magnificent biography of his. I do not know with that commentaries I should write it. You said about the establishment of the truth. I heard about the establishment of ideas, but I did not hear about the establishment of the truth. Kindly explain. Then Tirumala Das said, Dear Shankar Bhatt, you are the person, dear Shankar Bhatt, you are the person intended to write the hagiography of the Lord. You write the experiences of the devotees of Sripada whom you come across. You just record the things they tell. Your commentaries are not necessary. Sri Varu himself will get his biography written through you as a writing instrument. For you to think more than this is a waste. A man eats various types of food. They are assimilated on their own accord and they give strength to the man. In this procedure, there is no intervention or involvement of the intelligence of man. The responsibility of man is limited to the acquisition of food. Afterwards, the duty of a healthy body is to internally cook it and to give strength to the body. That means earning food is a duty imposed upon you. It is a duty of the body to assimilate the food eaten and to render strength. Since man has a mind, he enjoys more freedom and he can choose to do right or wrong. But the body has no such freedom. It must turn the food fit for assimilation and give strength to the body. That is a natural act done effortlessly regardless the likes or dislikes of the person who ate the food. It means that a duty was prescribed to the body. A truth relating to it was established. An act taking place based on the principle of truth goes on automatically without or effort or will. Actions and reactions in this nature or creation happen on the basis of truth. Sunrise, sunset, seasons and the course of the planets and stars take place like this. This is the inviolable law. Liberty was not given to them to act in any other way. The omnipresent Lord, having mercy on the living beings in the creation, relaxes the duties prescribed by him to some extent. In Krita Yoga, everything is achieved by mere will. In Trita Yoga, things are achieved by conducting sacrifices and rituals. In Dwapara Yoga, they are achieved through the development of mantras and astras. In Kali Yoga, Tantra Sastra has importance. In this Yoga, results are achieved by using machines. According to this Yoga's dharmas, things have been made easy. As the strength and intelligence of people are diminishing, easier ways to achieve things have been decided. Part 2. The vision of Sripada can be obtained by relentless meditation. For those who continuously chant and meditate upon Sripada for 3 days and nights, Sripada will grant darshan in flesh and blood and will bless them. If a man follows 100,000 ways for downfall, God adopts 1,000,000 paths to uplift him. Lord Sridatta carries on his administration of this creation and with his incarnations and through Siddhas, Yogis, Avadhutas and great Siddhis. There is a slight suspicion in your mind, as a small seed, whether Sripada is actually Sridatta of ancient yugas. To remove this doubt, Sripada changed the offering of chickpeas into metal pieces. Mother Anushya transformed metallic peas into eatable peas. He did this to remind us that he is more other than Sridatta of you. There is another secret meaning in this. The planet Jupiter is a debilitated position in your horoscope. There is a relationship between the planet Jupiter and chickpeas. Sripada communicated to you through this incident the difficulties due to affiliation of Jupiter are in a seed form and that he changed them into metal pieces which are incapable of sprouting anymore. Every article that enters this creation is seen by Sripada through his divine mental horizon. This is the supreme truth. Knowledge relating to the truth is well established. Therefore, there is no loss even if all the people who had that knowledge disappear from the world. When a person who is worthy of that knowledge steps into this creation, that knowledge will come to him. Divine powers, long-lived sages and divine incarnations belong to the phenomenon of non-destruction. Human beings belong to the phenomenon of destruction. There is no stipulation that the phenomenon of non-destruction should conform to a particular type of knowledge, position, strength or movement. Freedom is the nature. It is complete in all facets. It is most ancient and most modern too. No action takes place without cause. Oneness is the basis for all causes and all actions. It is above all. It is the nature of Lord Datta. My dear, Sripada often proclaimed that he would incarnate as Sri Narasimha Saraswati. Hiranyakashipu obtained very strange boons and it appeared as if his death was impossible. Even then, without infringing on any of the boons that were granted, the Lord took to the incarnation of Narasimha and killed Hiranyakashipu in an exceedingly unimaginable manner. The great devotee Prahlad was thus saved from Hiranyakashipu. Prahlada aware that the Lord was in a pillar in a building. Accordingly, the Lord manifested from the pillar. In Kali Yuga, many doubts abound as to whether God is there. Lord Sri Datta took to the incarnation to suppress the arrogance of Hiranyakashipu and to rescue devotees like Prahlada. The speciality of the Narasimha incarnation lies in proving the existence of God. Lord Sripada, Srivallabha and Sri Narasimha Saraswati are the two incarnations of Sri Datta who came into this universe with two important missions: to suppress the pride of those who abuse God and to protect the devotees just like the eyelids protect like the eyes. There is nothing that is not possible for Sripada. When Tirumala Das narrated in this manner, a doubt crept in my mind. I am now writing Sripada Srivallabha Charitamritam on Bhurjapatra. On what type of material would people write the Charitamritam in the future? It is currently the time of the Salivana calendar. Sripada informed that the Christian calendar would gain prominence in the future. When did the Nirvana of Sri Krishna took place? On what date and at what time did Kali Yuga commence? I would believe that Sripada Srivallabha is actually an incarnation of Datta if Sripada writes about all these things according to the calculations of time which would be adopted by people in the future. On a leaf that would be used by them in the future, I did not disclose my about doubts to Tirumala Das. I put up postures as if I was listening to him. I smiled and looked towards the metallic piece and now and then. Suddenly the voice of Tirumala Das became hoarse. He lost the capacity to speak. While I was listening to the life history of Sripada, I heard a terrible deafening sound. After hearing the sound, I could not hear anything and become totally deaf. Oh, within a second, I became deaf and Tirumala Das became mute. Tirumala Das was trying to tell something, but no words were coming out from him. I could not hear even a small sound in spite of my efforts to hear. I then felt sorry in my mind that I got such a doubt, which I should not even entertain. As a result, I became deaf. Will it be a permanent disability? Oh God, what is to be done now? Part 3. The offering of metallic piece formed into a sentence of Sripada Rajam Sharanam Prapadyay. In the meanwhile, the chickpeas which were kept an offering and which turned into metallic pieces arranged themselves to a sentence Sripada Rajam Sharanam Prapadyay in the Telugu language. On them appeared a small white sheet. It became big as we saw it. It became rectangular in shape. It was thinner than the Bhurja Patra. It was smooth when touched with the hands. Characters were being written on it in black color in a beautiful way. They were written in the Telugu language to say the demise of Sri Krishna took place during 3102 BC, 18th day of February. During the night at 2 hours 27 minutes and 30 seconds, it happened in the year named Pramadhi in the month of Chaitra Padhyami of the first fortnight of the lunar month. Friday and Ashwini star Kali entered after the Nirjana of Sri Krishna. I was perspiring profusely. All the water in my body was coming out as sweat. My body was shaking violently. I was certain that Sripada was invisible present there. I thought to myself, what a misfortune. It is now only a dream that I will ever be able to reach Karuvapuram. I need not be surprised even if Sripada assumes the form of Narasimha and slays me. What can I do if he orders Tirumala Das to wash me and dry me as he does with cloths? If the Lord orders it, Tirumala Das would certainly beat me on the washing rock and would hang me for drying after the wash. Some gurus who boast themselves as wise men endowed with self-knowledge as they teach the concepts relating to Brahman to their disciples also showered them with a plethora of praises with an eye on making money from them. The disciples also conducts himself with haughtiness, proclaiming that he was praised by that particular guru. This sort of gurus and disciples are both blameworthy. It was indeed a hilarious play of Sripada that Tirumala Das, who was born in washerman caste, was imparting Brahma Janana to me, who was born in a Brahmin caste. Those living in the vicinity were to tally engaged in their profession as washermen. They were neither discussing such philosophical things nor could they comprehend them. Whatsoever Sripada Srivallabha was my sole refuge. I looked at Tirumala Das, his face was placid and shining with the luster of the Supreme. Then it occurred to my mind that Tirumala Das was a Brahmin and I with a soul mind was a washerman. The offering of peace that turned into metal pieces gradually returned to their original shape. I understood that Sripada pardoned me. After some time that white sheet disappeared. Tirumala Das said, my dear Shankar, but this Kali Yuga is an age of matters. This age is an admixture of impurities. In compliance with the command of Sripada, I have to take birth again in Maharashtra. After staying for some time in Hiranya Lok following my death, I said, sir, did Sripada order you to take another birth after leaving this body? Please tell me that story and make me blessed. Tirumala Das said, I once took washcloths to the house of Sripada's maternal grandfather. Then Sridharvardhani, uncle of Sumati Maharani, was carrying Sripada and making him play and was singing Datta Digambara, Datta Digambara, Datta Digambara Avadatta. Sripada was a boy of 2 years at that time. Sripada was crying with joy and playing. That spectacle was very charming to behold. Then I uttered Sripada Srivallabha Datta Digambara. Sridharvardhani looked towards me. Then Sripada said Narsimha Saraswati Datta Digambara. The Sripada taught in his own style that he himself was Sri Datta in the past, that he was in the image with the name of Sripada Srivallabha at that time, and when that image fades out, he would make his appearance as Narsimha Saraswati. Part 4. Samartha Sadguru to incarnate as Shirdi Sai Baba. Sripada said, Grandfather, I want to incarnate as Narasimha Saraswati in Maharashtra. I am asking Tirumala Das to also come Maharashtra. Sridharvardhani was dumbfounded. Then I said, Swami, it is your responsibility to kindly take care of me in any place, in any form and in any birth. I have a special liking for your Balakrishna form. Sripada then blessed me, saying, Tirumala Das, you would be born in Maharashtra under the name Gadge Maharaj in the washerman caste. You will become virtuous in the service of distressed, oppressed, and miserable people. My Samartha Sadguru incarnation as Sai Baba in the garb of a Muslim will take place in the Dilshila town. You would certainly obtain my grace in that incarnation of Samartha Sadguru Sainath. You have fondness for the image of Balakrishna. So you chant the name of Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nanda, Gopala. I will always grant you by darshan in your mental eye. After the fall of this present body, you stay in Hiranyaloka for some time and afterwards work for the welfare of the world as Gadge Maharaj. This is my boon for you. This is my assurances. Sridharavadani returned to a normal state after some time. All this was perplexing to him. In the meantime, Sumati Maharani called her uncle, as illusion completely involved him. He again thought Sripada to be a common boy. Then I said, Sir, I have a doubt. Sri Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita that the fruits of action are unavoidable. How would Sripada destroy karma without violating the principles mentioned therein?